Hello guys, this is Deepika from mytutorialrack.com. In this tutorial, I just want to give you a quick look at what we did in the previous section. So we talked about rebasing. We covered a little bit in depth about rebasing, resetting and reflog. Those were the things that we discussed. We learned how to split all commits into one or more new commits, and also we have seen how to revive the lost commits. Hopefully, this has given you a better understanding of the interaction between the working directory, the stage, branches, and snapshots. So these were the very important topics that we discussed a little bit in depth. Now, we're going to go ahead and talk about the commands that we learned in the previous section. So we learned about this git reflog. This is the command when you forget about or when you by mistake lose your commit and you wanted to revive it back. This git reflog will display the history of your repository in no matter what changes you did or whatever. So it has all the changes that you did. This is the command if you wanted to go ahead and display the local chronological history of a repository. You can use this command. Now we have also used a git reset command, and that particular command we have two flags. One was the mixed one and then the another one was the had flag. Now what's there in the mixed flag? What it does it moves the head backward to that particular commit. So if whatever is the head dash number one, it'll make it it'll move it back to that commit, but it did not change the working directory. So whatever was the changes that you had in the working directory will still be remain there. Okay, it does not take away those changes, but it moves the head to whatever head number that you have specified here. But when you do it with the hard flag, it moves the head backward, means whatever the number that you specified, but it also changed the working directory. So whatever you move to, so if let's say you moved one step back, the working directory also will move one step back. Okay, so whatever the changes that you made will get lost in the working directory. But in the case of the mixed flag, it moves one step back, means it takes you back to whatever the head number that you have specified, not one step, but whatever the head number that you have specified, but it keeps the changes in the working directory. But whatever the things, when you use a hard flag, what it does, it not only moves the head backward, but also the working directory starts to match the same head number that you have specified. Okay, now if you wanted to go ahead and wanted to display, so let's say we have two branches and I wanted to know what are the commits that are there in one and not in the other one. So the git log, and if you provide the branch's name, the since and until, so let's say these are the two branches and you wanted to know, display the commits which are reachable from until but not from the since, means there are the commits which are there in the until but not in the since. They will display you those commits. These are basically tells you about what are the things that are missing and what are the things that other branch has you do not have. So if you wanted to know compare the history, this is the command that you can go ahead and use. So these are the list of commands that we talked about, and these are the topics that we talked about in this section.